he's getting it now.
Welcome to Heavy Metal Customs. Today we have a new vehicle in there to work on. Yes, we're still working on the Mustang. That is our main job. But right now we need to order some parts and such. But this gentleman brought this in for us to do a lot of work on. Not sure how much of it we are going to do, but I know at least we're going to be doing all the body work. Try to get this thing where it's slick. This is a 65 Ford Galaxie 500. Casey's giving her a bath right now, so we'll see what we got to work with and start sanding. And let me give you a walk around for 65. This little car is in pretty good shape, man. And as you can see, this thing has, to my knowledge, has never been wrecked. Frame looks good, it's straight. Of course, we need to rebuild the front end, all the suspension and rubber and things like that. This was a power steering car, but it was a 4-drum manual brake car. Yeah, it takes a good leg to stop this thing, I bet. Someone has replaced the roof on this. We did see that, and that's where a lot of the rust and bubbles are coming from this paint. I think this was restored like 10 years ago. And we got a lot, as y'all can see, rust bubbles on that. There's one in this front fender. You can see around here. Ooh, factory hubcaps. See how all this is cracked? Yeah, that's the kind of stuff we got to deal with. But in order to do that, we got to get the whole car sanded down, of course, and get rid of this paint. Because the paint itself is actually cracking up, as y'all can tell there. Where's that other spot? Yeah, there. Well, that was some pretty paint though, wasn't it? Yeah, whoever painted it laid down some pretty good paint. It's just the bodywork guy didn't do his job, as you can tell. But yeah, we got to replace a lot of the driver's side floorboard, but the passenger side looks good. All of this back here looks good. And the trunk, let me check that out. That looks great. Don't see a bunch of Bondo in the quarters, which it could be covered up, but as of now we're not seeing any. Yeah, not looking bad at all, guys. Original dash, man said he's got all the trim and everything to this. Of course, we got to get glass for it, but that's no big deal. But yeah, once Casey gets this thing washed, we'll be able to pull it in there and start sanding on her. Well, I'm going to get out of Casey's way, let him do his thing. Like I say, we'll get this all washed off and bring it in here. Just hit it with the grinder and hit it with some sanders and see just how bad them rust bubbles are, how deep they are, and why they were there. All of that's important. But yeah, cool car, and another cool project that we're digging into. Alright guys, Casey got her all washed up, dried, pulled back inside. Now we're fixing to start hitting some of these bad spots to see what we got to work with. Everybody tell Adam who to the who. What's going to be your little catchphrase there, Casey? Nothing. Alright, now Casey is Mr. Nothing. Alright, beam her up, Casey, and we'll get to grinding. So far, guys, what we're finding here is rust and Bondo. There's actually holes in that. But the door does concern me quite a bit. That's a lot of rust. And when we look down inside of the door, I don't know how well y'all be able to see it, but I can see rust down in there. And if I look in here, see these little dots? That's Bondo. And even though you really can't see it, you rub your hand across here and you can feel the Bondo. I'm afraid this car has a lot of Bondo in it, some kind of weird chunk out of there, little rust right there. Nothing super terrible. And getting one washed is a big deal. You can see a lot. I don't know how good the camera's going to catch this. But looking down this quarter right here, all right in here, looks to be a little bit disformed. Now we'll come over here, and there was a lot of Bondo and rust in this part, which up here on the lip wasn't as alarming as this down here. And we have not even ground out or sanded anymore. You can see that's some pretty bad rust. This door is the same way. Yeah, that pocket right there, that's just rust and Bondo. Haven't sanded on this fender yet, but luckily haven't seen any bad spots. Well, we'll just keep on sanding and see where we're at on this. Well, as you can see, guys, from here on out, probably not going to be getting a lot of video footage. It's just a lot of sanding. I know some of y'all are saying, hey, why don't you have it be blasted or sandblasted or whatever? Well, don't want to. There's so much Bondo on this car. And I know by the time it was blasted, the time they're going to have to stay on the metal and the heat build up is going to give me a bunch of warped panels. And we do not want that. You know, that just requires you slap more Bondo on, and that's what we're getting away from. I mean, as you can see, I think I've showed y'all this before, but I'm recapping, you know, the rust holes there. But when you come up on here, y'all can't see the thickness of that, or maybe you can. Yeah, there's got to be an 1/8 inch to a 1/4 inch of Bondo all over this car. And I mean, Casey's been sanding his butt off. This spot here, maybe y'all can see that really well. Now to tell you the thickness of that Bondo on this car. And unfortunately, we think the whole car has been done like that. When you see spots like that, you get to wondering. But still, all in all, this car is in a good shape. Like I say, the last body guy who got a hold of it was just Bondo crazy. Paint guy was good, but the body work, no. Don't need that much Bondo. Fix rust spots. Do not Bondo them up. Cut out the rust. Put in a piece of metal. Replace the panel. Whatever you need to do. Stay away from filler, guys. That's just my opinion. You know, if it's all metal and you prime it right and everything, that's why I use the crap out of that weldable primer, so I can get the backside and inside pieces so that the job will last. But so far, I mean, that's what we got. I don't think Casey's got to this side none. No, not really. He's got some of the worst spots just peeled out where he can see what's going on. But yeah, from here on out, it's just a lot of sanding. Well, everyone, that's going to wrap it up for this one. I know it's a short video, sorry for that, but this gives you an introduction to our 65 Galaxie 500 project that we're going to be working on. And like I say, just a lot of sanding. And y'all just don't want to see a video of a lot of sanding. But that's what's going to be going on. And we will show you progress as we go. We get like a whole panel sanded, get all this Bondo out of here. Then we'll get to see what we actually have to work with. And I'm really hoping that the car's in a better shape than what most people think. I've seen a lot of these places, they will take a car that's fairly straight, may have a shade of wave or something, they'll cover the whole thing in Bondo. And then block sand all that Bondo out to get everything perfect. Well, like I said before, this car's not going to SEMA. And don't need to have a bunch of Bondo in it, in my opinion. But we'll get it all sanded off of there and see what we've got to work with. Well, everyone, appreciate you watching the video. Hope you're digging the 65 Galaxie 500. I know I am. If you would, throw us down some comments. If you're able, hit us up on the super thanks, and please like, share, and subscribe. Again, appreciate it much. Until the next one, we hope that everyone has a fantastic day.